Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is a longtime friend. She's actually been with us about 4 years now. This is Gloria's Platter. We're going to get a better look at her channel in a few hours when we go over there for a premiere right after Superchat. We got quite a few channels dropping videos on Saturdays, and most of you know here in Superchat we mix up our schedule, so we are on different days, different times all the time. Michael's Adventures will have a premiere starting in a couple of hours. I think Crystal Sparkle has one right now, but I could be wrong. I saw a notification. I'm not sure if that was it. Gloria's Platter's going to bring this premiere to us where she takes a trip to Disneyland, and she's always got interesting things to share with us or ask us for in the middle of her videos. She's been known to us as a cooking channel for a long time, but she's gotten into vlogging and travel over the last year or so. She's really climbing fast, now over 7,000 subscribers and monetized, of course. When you dig through her thumbnails, you're going to start to get to some really delicious looking content, and she is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter and has been all this time. She's got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 16,000, 18,000, 23,000 views and beyond, and live streams that feature a lot of cooking as well, including collaborations. That's a great way to grow your channel. Every time you're featured with another creator, you're almost guaranteed to grab a handful of subscribers. So we're gonna spin the wheel right now and get to another channel. I've got quite a few names on there already. Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures, along with Just Jason Keto and more, are all beloved and dedicated moderators, so they're all on the wheel. Just Jason Keto and more is being removed now because he's going up on the screen, and we never know how long it's going to take to get picked by the wheel. I see Nisa Faraway is going to go on the wheel with I Am Betty J Gathers, Crystal Sparkle, and Canadian Family Life, who's always early in the door. My Traveling Gypsy Tarot will be added in a quick moment. And then Hadgeways also is here, and I know they've been posting content as well. And we always put members on our wheel. As soon as we see them in the chat, we spin the wheel throughout the 3 hours of the stream, and we'll get to as many channels as we can. After a little while, I'll add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. Fever Dream Animation, Rainy Ridge, and Tiffany Lava Shark Johnson are all here. Ace Flaw 1 and Cali King 916 are here as well. I know Fairbrick Studio was really early in the door, might have been the first one here. Matthews Bushcraft is part of the Big Family Expedition family. Bella's Whisper Farmstead is always with us, and I mentioned that glitch. Kristen said that she might have been invisible for a moment. It's such an annoyance, but it's been something that's happened on YouTube for the last 4 years. For whatever reason, over the last 3 weeks or so, it's really become a heavy situation again where people are feeling like they're invisible in chat. Your messages look like they go through, but it feels like everybody's ignoring you. You're not blocked. It's just a glitch on YouTube, and it drives everybody bananas. So what we do is start by resetting our device or our browser. That can usually help. If not, you might have to reach out to the host or moderators on whichever channel you seem to be hidden from on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or another network to let them know. It's an easy fix. They have to add you into their approved users area. That usually does the trick. In extreme circumstances, adding a wrench to the channel will usually help. We don't do that here, but it can be done. So, PK Travel Adventures, good to see you in the house as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everyone's still active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Hugo Homestead's been a friend of about 4 years. And let me make sure I get the channel name right here. Clark is in the house for the first time, so hopefully you're feeling welcome. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Today with Nikki, good to see you in the house again. Just Jason Keto and more is going to talk to us about healthy eating, healthy living, particularly when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's got a premiere today at 7 o'clock. That's going to be right after Tuber Chat, as a matter of fact. And he posts frequently, usually at least once a week, sometimes more often. He's got live streams that are regularly scheduled every Thursday evening. This week he's going to bring us a special treat with a cook-along live stream. We'll have a look at that in a minute. What you'll notice right away when you get to his channel, first of all, he dresses up the channel with different avatars and banners frequently. He's got some Canadian winter weather in the background of his chaffle characters there. He's very known for these chaffles, as he's done getting on close to 100 recipes. He's got many more with many different types of snacks and treats and meal type ideas on his channel, as well as a lot of product reviews. And these can give us ideas about the ingredients and how they're going to impact us, especially if we're aiming for ketosis or trying to stay there, and he can describe to you what that is when you get to his channel. He's also got a lot of guests that join him, and they share their life experiences, their tips, their tricks, their trials, their tribulations, and he's got a vibrant community that's willing to help with generosity at the forefronts of their minds when we come into his premieres and streams with questions and comments. So as well, we look at shorts on this channel, mostly in line with his regularly scheduled content. And you see a bit of a hint here about some of these healthy looking shorts videos, the grilling ones too. 4,000, 5,000, and way beyond 6,000 views, one over 22,000. And I've seen that one. I promise you it's entertaining. Then when we get to his live streams, you see that he's on every week at 7:30 Eastern. Sometimes with a guest, sometimes it's just Jason, sometimes he starts with a theme, but the conversation can go just about anywhere. Once we get there, the chat often drives the stream, the channels in the chat often drive the conversation during a live stream. And Just Jason Keto and more, of course, is monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. He's working on 3,400 subscribers. And you know I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of, let's say, 3,000 and beyond. He's long past that. It's really no surprise to anybody that knows him. And I've been lucky enough to have met up with him a couple of times. I'm expected to hopefully get out with him and a couple of other creators again in the coming next couple of months. I also see King Morgan is in the house. I know Super Rainbow Queen was here earlier. I'm not sure if they're still in the house. The Virtual Diaries is here. Good to see you. And I know it's been a little while, but it's great to have you here. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we stream. I certainly appreciate every moment everybody can spend. We got a couple friends that run the streams in the background as well, if they're driving or working or just listening and unable to chat. Lucy Grace 56, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Lucy Grace 56, I'm always good. Hopefully you are too, but thank you for asking. And then, Super Rainbow Queen is it. You could talk to them about how wild they might be, but Super Rainbow Queen is the name of that channel. We've got a few really interesting channels in the Tuber Chat family, and there's Hilda DC, as a matter of fact. She is a longtime dear friend, a beloved and dedicated moderator. Of course, she's got another video coming up this week. We always put members and moderators on our wheel. I'll get back to spinning in a moment. Nisa Faraway is somebody who's been with the Tuber Chat family for a few months now. They're already at 2,300 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther. I always talk about this channel, mentioning the idea that National Geographic comes to mind. A lot of really informative videos, and you see all the wildlife here. I believe they're using an AI system, but they've got that very popular type of text captions that we see on TikTok all the time coming over their videos. So lots of information. The biggest reason why people do that is because not everybody can have their volume on. Let's say you're at work, or if you're on a bus, or if you're in a waiting room or line or somewhere where it would be impolite to have your, kind of speaker blaring for everybody to hear kind of thing. So a lot of times you'll see on Instagram Reels and TikTok videos, because people watch them just about everywhere, there's lots of captions that can help people understand the content better, even when they can't listen to what's happening. So it's a cool idea. Not recommending it or disrecommending it, or whatever we might say. Just noticing that is something as a strategy. This channel is not doing badly. They got 1,000 and 1,600 views on a couple of these shorts videos, and they got live streams as well. So I haven't caught one of these yet, but hopefully I will. We've got notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. I see Handicapped Travelers in the house. I was looking at their channel just today. I forget if I shared a video out or it was in my catch-up list, or what was the story while I was looking at that for a second. Have I been saying Handicapped Traveler all this time, and it's been Handicapped Travelers? And I don't know why that came up. Maybe it's because I was looking at the handle for them as well. 99 Midnight Gamers in the house. Itchin' to Scratch UK is here. And just as a side note, if anybody hears me here, this goes for everyone, talking about your channel, if I say things that are incorrect, or if I mispronounce the name, or if there's anything at all that you'd like me to do in particular when it comes to promoting your channel, I always want to promote channels the way that the creators want them promoted. So by all means, you can let me know either here, or you can message me. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. Crystal Sparkle's coming up now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Crystal Sparkle, I thought might have had a premiere. Yeah, there it is, 16 minutes ago. So they literally started just at the same time as Tuber Chat. So we know that there's brand new content on this channel right now. I've taken the video and put it into my catch-up list. It's just a playlist I use with a fun name that can help to keep caught up or get caught up with creators. Playlist can be a great tool for that. Crystal Sparkle's here with us just about every time we stream, for which I'm grateful. Always engaging true conversation. And whenever we do that on anybody else's channel, in a live chat of any kind, premieres, live streams, for instance, you're sending true engagement signals into the YouTube algorithm about the fact that the content is engaging enough to have true conversation over it, if that makes any sense. So you're really doing each other a great favor when we're on each other's channels doing that kind of thing. So Crystal Sparkle does that everywhere I see her, as well as here in the Tuber Chat streams, for which I'm grateful. Now they take us out to a lot of conventions. There's a lot of cosplay here, but particularly My Little Pony. In about 90% of the videos, they take us out for other outdoor adventures as well. And Crystal Sparkle always seems to be having a good time, and lots of company around as well. Shorts over here have gotten into 2,700, 3,300, 18,000 views on one of them, and then live streams as well. So they did one a couple of weeks ago. I caught them the day before that. Hopefully I'll catch them for the next one. And like I said, I got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Legal-minded friends, Karen Cole, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And yes, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. A Tea Party mystery cosplay. Interesting. Sounds extremely involved. Just wait for December. You're telling me there's more in December. See, I'm in Canada, and I split my time between Niagara Falls, where I live, and Toronto, where I grew up. And our winter, and especially, you know, getting into December, starts to see a bit of trouble. People are always worried about weather. Are we going to be able to get to certain events because of the snow and everything else? So, like, for instance, Taylor Swift's in town this week, and I think she's doing a series of 6 concerts, if I'm not mistaken. She had, like, an entire motorcade. If that was a real video that I saw about the security driving her through Toronto, getting ready for her shows. But you can imagine how aggravated everybody would be. I mean, our arena, where she is, probably holds 50,000. Scratch and PPA or Mike, Just Jason Keto and more would be able to correct me. But you can imagine that's 300,000 potential people going to a concert, which is unheard of in Canada. Hobbytown Chili and Koi, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Legal Minded Friends Karen Cole. I've caught her a couple of times over the last couple of days. Butler Family Farm is in the house. And thank you for that. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. We're going to look at PK Adventure Travels in a quick second. They just dropped a super chat, so thank you for that. Thank you for the kind words to go along with that as well. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do, and after a little while longer, I will start adding names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. We'll keep that going for another 2.5 hours. And my Traveling Gypsy Tarot is doing the same thing right now and dropping another super chat. So we'll look at that channel next. And then Crystal Sparkle, my dear goodness, is gifting 5 memberships again. She's done that before, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, of course, but very much appreciated. And I see Sir Dank for Jesus is in the house as well. And again, just hoping I'm not missing anybody. We're going to talk about PK Adventure Travels in a second. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. PK Adventure Travels up on the screen right now with 734 subscribers. I love the idea of a cruise ship right there on the banner. I was lucky enough to work on a cruise ship many years ago, and it is an experience I would recommend for anybody that can ever get to one. At least cruising, not necessarily working there. Working on 800 subscribers on this channel. Of course, they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They mentioned they're a group of friends that love to travel and have fun finding new adventures. So they're going to share those with us. I see they got a few videos and I'm behind. I'm just going to take the latest one from yesterday and I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. I'll look forward to that. And Carnival, as far as I've always heard, is where the party's at. There's a lot of different cruise lines out there, but Carnival seems to be the best time if you're into partying and stuff like that. If you want things quieter, there's places like there's lines like Celebrity that's a little calmer, but yeah, I'd be looking forward to a Carnival cruise as soon as I can ever get to one. 10,000, 12,000 views on a couple of these shorts videos. Most of these are in line with their regular content, and then live streams as well. They got a couple of these ready to go, so they're going to be on in a few days. They seem to be doing these weekly, so we'll be looking forward to these. And it looks like they're talking about different ships and different ports and different amenities, which is cool. Hopefully everybody will connect with PK Adventure Travels. They're here with us frequently, and obviously another group of generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. Just rambling around. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Crystal Sparkle is going to do a Vlogmas series. My goodness, I have to hand it to anybody that has the ability to put out entire series of videos like Vlogmas or Vlogtober or Croctober, which I've been seeing a lot of lately. And oh, I feel like I'm missing another channel. Galacticness is coming up onto the wheel. Thank you again, PK Adventure Travels. And we also saw the same thing from my Traveling Gypsy Tarot. I'm going to get their channel ready to go right this second. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And yeah, I see Just Rambling Around says they're already booked for a Carnival cruise in 2025. There's a couple of group cruises that are being set up right now. Six Bows is back. Good to see you in the house. She's been a friend of probably 4 years, pretty close to it. And it's great to have you here again. When we look at my Traveling Gypsy Tarot, this is a fairly new channel in the Tuber Chat family. They've been with us a few months now, but 973 subscribers. They have to be excited. Officially on the road and getting close to that magical 1K. It's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey, of course. They got some shorts here with 500 views and beyond, and then live streams as well. So they got one coming up today. They'll be on while we're on, so they'll be on in about an hour and a half. Actually, I'm not sure if they'll still be on after Tuber Chat today, but of course, like I said, we got a premiere to go and raid. Lots of content comes out on Saturdays. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a bit of a hint as well. Some of you know, or most of you know, that I run other channels on YouTube. Just a few now, but between my own and a couple of others, I always put out videos on Saturday. Saturday is like the most popular day. So if in doubt, I always put videos out at either 9 a.m. on Saturday or 12 noon if we're going to premiere, or a little bit later, just to catch the biggest audience possible. I'm not saying that's recommended for everybody. We really should be looking at our analytics to see. But if in doubt, Saturday is a good target. And my Traveling Gypsy Tarot, we know is going to be live. And then, like I said, they got some shorts over here as well. We've had a few channels come through the Tuber Chat family that have brought us tarot readings of different types. So I'll be looking forward to seeing more from this channel. And they're here with us regularly. Obviously, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And thank you again for the Super Chat. Thank you again, PK Adventure Travels and Crystal Sparkle. Thank you for those gifted memberships. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then Raymond Tacular Forever, good to see you back. Thank you for coming in. I'm always happy to see channels with names that are clever or well thought out. Most of what I do anywhere on social media seems like it comes out of a textbook. I can always use inspiration from people coming up with more fun names, more colorful and vibrant, graphics and things like that. Gloria's Platters in the house. They're not here, they said. And we're going to have a look at their channel in a couple of hours when we go over there for a premiere. So what we're going to do right now, let's take a break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series. These are videos now on the Tuber Chat channel that are both in a playlist and listed as a podcast. And what these are interview-style conversations where I ask the creators their opinion without adding a lot of my own. The idea is that they have all been longtime friends here in the Tuber Chat family, and they know exactly what we need to hear. All of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Tuber Chat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. Mm-hmm. So always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime,
Okay.
but we're linked by the ways. But they will know somebody that's scale modeling, and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, in a weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap.
There you go.
And so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 Models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here. And you've doubled that number. You're still growing now, so
it's very slow growth. Because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah,
and I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour, down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back. And now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back. But I needed the break. I really did. And I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yep,
definitely.
Improving over time.
Improvement is, and also it's good. It's edifying for yourself. It really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. It's great. But there's also the work and the time into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure. All right, we're just about back, and yeah, rambling with the brooms. It was so funny because Gloria just happened to say a message in the chat about 2 premieres being at the same time. And everybody knows that I often say, you know, like, we got to keep the self-promotion to a minimum and this and that. But a little bit of that kind of talk, especially among friends that have been here for a long time, is okay. But at that exact second, Scott from Rambling with the Brooms might have dropped his phone and just accidentally timed Gloria, or hid Gloria. And it's funny because I promise you, I've accidentally timed out or accidentally blocked my share of people. I'm sure I've been accidentally blocked and purposely blocked as many times as anybody else over the years. And one of the funniest moments, I can't remember for the life of me the name of the channel that it happened to. He hasn't been here in a while. But one channel that was coming in regularly got timed out. Literally, our cat likes to swipe at the phone. Sometimes we put games on our phone, and we got a couple of cats that play the games. So they're used to swiping at the phone, and they literally timed somebody out in our chat, and it was kind of the funniest thing. So anyway, Canadian Family Life is up on the screen. We're going to talk about this channel in a quick second. And I just wanted to also mention that poll. So thank you, everybody, for contributing. The reason why I did that today, I'm just curious. And it's great information for all of us to know these simple things about who's using dark mode, who's using light mode. Now, I saw something on ChatGPT this morning that said that I think 70 to 80% of people were using dark mode. But here in the chat, you know that we are all very much on YouTube an abundant amount of the time. So if anybody was to know whether people would be using dark mode or light mode, I would guess that we would. And so it's interesting to me that it's not too far off of a 50-50 split there. The reason why I say that it might be an important thing for us to notice is that when we're designing the graphics for our channel, whether it's banners, whether it's avatars, whether it's thumbnails, or other social media graphics on other platforms, because almost every platform has light mode and dark mode now, it's interesting to know, because when you use a white border around something or a black border around something, that means half of the people, or whoever's using the opposite, version, light mode or dark mode, might be seeing things in a way that you're not intending. So it's something to think about. You'll notice that Superchat, and I'll just say something in the chat, and you notice that my avatar is actually a very light gray. It's not white, and it's exactly for that purpose. So if people are watching in light mode, it doesn't look like a tiny little thing. It still looks like a big circle. So that's just an idea. And then when I look at the chat, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I prefer dark mode, I think, almost exclusively. But what I also do, because I work on different projects and different channels all the time, I'll have like one browser in light mode, one browser in dark mode, so that I don't easily make mistakes crossing channels or clicking the wrong thing. The Groves Bargain Emporium by Stephanie Groves. Thanks for keeping that membership going. I'm not sure if they're in the chat right this second, but possibly. And then, are you going to cook again? Butler Family Farm. It's been so long since I mentioned it, but it must be, was it Jerry from Butler Family Farm that was cooking up breakfast when his channel was first coming into the Tuber Chat family like 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago? I think so. So forgive me if I'm wrong about that. I remember that, the Fireman's Breakfast. And Canadian Family Life is up on the screen right now. So from New Brunswick, this is Tiffany. She actually gets the whole family involved in the channel here. She brings a lot of cooking videos, a lot of grocery hauls, product reviews, unboxings, Happy Mail, and shout-outs for other creators. They have an impeccable container garden at home. And then Tiffany will otherwise bring us a little bit of extra fun in different videos. She does cook-off challenges between husband and wife occasionally. Her husband, Chris, has a channel as well. It's called Chris's Creation Fun if you want to look that up, but I'll leave it to you to find that. Canadian Family Life is growing rapidly. Now, This is a channel that was already one of the fastest growing channels that we saw in the Superchat family. Over just the course of barely over a year, she managed to grab about 3,000 subscribers. She did a bit of promoting to get up to that 10,000, and YouTube's got this new promotion system. And as a matter of fact, Butler Family Farm, who's in the chat right now, is going to do a special live stream talking about that promotion system this coming Monday. So I hope you'll check out his channel and see what that's all about. It's a legitimate way to grow your channel rapidly with a bit of advertising. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see 2,500, 2,800, 5,500 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. Tiffany's been actually featured on many other channels, probably dozens, maybe even more, and you might even recognize her because of that. She was recently on with our dear friend I Am Betty J. Gathers, who's in the chat as well, and she's, I believe, expected to do another live stream towards the end of the month, if I'm right about that. So monetized, of course, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Let's spin the wheel. The Groves Bargain Emporium by Stephanie Groves is going to be added to the wheel right now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And look at the chances of that. Butler Family Farm's actually coming up right now, so I'll talk about the promotion system here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Sounds like Stephanie Groves is having some serious work over there. Rem's family's talking about having export issues when editing videos. Rem's family, forgive me for not knowing. I'm just curious what system you're using. I edited a video this morning on Final Cut, and I had no problem. About a 7-minute video, uploaded it. Everything was as it should be. We're both in Canada, but he's over in New Brunswick as well. And then, yeah, unless I'm missing something about that, but if anybody's noticing glitches and stuff like that, especially when we're thinking about particular apps, let me show everybody something for a quick second. Once in a while, I like to show everybody these tools. So this is downdetector.com, and they have different versions for different countries. But I just want to show this to you again. Last night was the Tyson and Jake Paul fight. I didn't watch it. I just, my friends can send me the updates, and that's fine. But Netflix was having a lot of trouble. So we talk about this occasionally, but one of the things that you can do, especially for online services of any kind, including websites, apps, and games, you can go to this website, and they have an app too for your phone, and it will tell you if it's them or you. Because one of the biggest problems when something's not working is you're like, is it my internet or is it Netflix that's having a problem? Now, Netflix had so much of a problem that it only took people 2 seconds to hit Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook to start letting each other know. But a website like that can help you understand if your internet is causing problems or if there's something wrong with a service that you're using, including YouTube. So that's just an idea. Oh, and then Matthew's Bushcraft, yeah. So Christmas, obviously, we know that not everybody celebrates Christmas. I happen to, and I love it. But, yeah, I also have come to learn, especially over the last few years, that turkey is very popular for Thanksgiving as well as Christmas, but there's other things that are popular as well. So we have kind of a rule. I'm lucky. I've got a tight-knit family. It's not huge, but we get together for things. And when we do, whoever's doing the cooking gets to decide what they're cooking. So we don't vote. It's not a democracy. It's whoever is willing to spend the time in the kitchen gets to do either roast beef or chicken or ham if it's appropriate, or something else, right? And so that's kind of an idea. But turkey, I've become not terrible over the last many years at carving a turkey. It took a lifetime to get to learn how to do that properly. But the next time I do that, if we do it at Christmas, I'll try to do a really good job and take a picture and put it somewhere. And then forgive me for anything I'm missing in the chat. YT Dark Gaming is Jory. He's changed his name a few times, but that's a longtime friend. And then, better than CapCut for desktop, Hadgeways. Yeah, anybody can reach out and answer each other's questions, of course, in the chat. I want to learn as much as everybody else when it comes to the programs and apps that everybody's using and the things you're happy with. As well as the things that are, driving everybody nuts. Anybody on an iPhone or with a Mac or an iPad is going to be able to use iMovie for free. And to be honest with you, I started with iMovie. I only use Final Cut Pro because I wanted to know what it's like to use a more feature-packed tool. But even the videos I edit could be done with iMovie, I'm almost certain. And I use it occasionally to cut pieces of videos and things like that. Oh, anything's possible. Yeah, Rem's family. So that's an interesting thought. 32 gigs of RAM is no joke these days. It's great. Gaming, they start to get into 64 gigs and things like that. But 32 gigs of RAM on any computer is, in my opinion, enough for what we're all doing, editing 4K video and this and that. But the problem with technology and computers and the things we use is everything is only as strong as the weakest link. So if the processor of the computer can only handle a certain amount of bandwidth or speed, all the RAM in the world isn't going to help as much as we wish. It will make most things faster, but not everything. Same with hard drive speed. If you've got a hard drive that's spinning at, 5,600 RPM, not the same as 7,200 or 10,000, right? And then if you're using an SSD, things should be almost instant. But these are ideas. Technology changes. So, it's a bit of a thought to go through all the different things. This is one of the problems with trying to upgrade something, because I get stuck in that trap too. You buy something, you're happy with it, and then you're like, oh, but it would be just a little bit better if I spent another $100 on something else, and then maybe another $100 on something else. Pretty soon, it's easy to get over the head, let's say. So Canadian Family Life's got a couple of apps they're using. And it seems like, yes, Matthew's Bushcraft. Our family did roast beef for Thanksgiving this year, actually. We switched things up. But again, that comes down to whoever's going to spend the time in the kitchen is the one who gets to decide what they're going to do then, right? I'd like to say I help, but I usually don't end up helping as much as I think I'm going to before things start. And then, Canva's a wonderful app and website, and I've used that many times before. Butler Family Farm is up on the screen right now. They're here with us just about every single day, and Jerry and Susan share the camera work and split up the videos on this channel. They've got 116 acres of farmland, so homesteading content here. They take us out on the farm and show us what it's like to look after the property as well as the livestock. They got bees and cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, and dogs. Sometimes Jerry brings us into the shop where he's doing some woodwork, and sometimes they bring us into their home, particularly for live streams to give us a chance to get to know Jerry and Susan. Then they also head out to a lot of meetups with other creators. They always live stream when they do that, and you'll see a lot of familiar faces on their channel, but you'll be introduced to tons of new channels. They literally head out sometimes to these large meetups with 80 channels worth of creators and supporters. They do a lot of StreamYard panels. I've joined them on their channel a couple of times, and they've got a special live stream coming up this Monday where they're going to talk about the promotion system, how their channel has so quickly gone from 5,000 to 32,000 subscribers. There's a legitimate system within the YouTube studio called promotions, and it's not that it's new, it's just becoming more used or popular, if we want to put it that way. And a few creators are using it to pump up their channels with legit subscribers and things like that. Jerry will talk about that. He actually had a conversation with me that I'm grateful for a couple months ago when I was on his channel. We hung around in the background after a StreamYard panel to talk about that, and he filled me in. So that's going to be a special live stream. I'm going to hope to be there. I will be just finishing a dentist appointment right when they're getting started, actually. And I tried everything I could to move my dentist appointment, but you can't do it at the end of the year. Everybody's maxing out their insurance and stuff. 10,000, 12,000, 50,000 on one of their shorts videos, which is great to see. And like I always say, monetize lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then let's spin the wheel. And then, so driving daily, yes. Now, I haven't used the system myself, so I don't want to overstep and make it sound like I know what I'm talking about when I don't have experience with it. But it's been in the YouTube system for quite some time, so it's fully legitimate. You can aim with your advertising campaign whether you want views or whether you want subscribers or whether you want a couple of other things. And Jerry will do a better job of explaining that right now. I've been in social media forever, and I understand how online advertising works and the basics of it. But I also just want to be clear, I have not used it yet. So what it will do, though, if you're aiming for subscribers on YouTube, YouTube's only going to try to get you the right subscribers, because if they're getting you to pay money to advertise, if you want to call it that, they're going to want you to keep paying money to advertise more and more. So, of course, they're going to try to make it work. The only people who are going to subscribe are going to be people who enjoy the content. And if I understand right, what a few creators are doing is making a special video, almost like a trailer for the channel, to introduce themselves and introduce their content, so that when people see the video, they will literally say to themselves, hey, this is a channel I think I want to subscribe to. Leonica, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And thank you, Butler Family Farm. No, I appreciate that, of course. You know, I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream. I say it all the time. You know, we as long as everybody's doing what we can for each other, everybody will be just fine. And I think people notice very much that, you know, I'll come into a lot of people's premieres and live streams. A lot of time I'm working on a computer. I'm sitting there hanging out in the background, but you know, we only have as much time as we have, right? So Starika is up on the channel right, or up on the screen right now. This channel is going to bring us coins and collectibles. Starika's actually been a long time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Tuber Chat family, probably for 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So I'm a huge fan of precious metals, actually, and there's a big difference between numismatic collectible coins and precious metals, but they somewhat go hand in hand. Somebody like Starika is going to be able to explain the difference in these. I'm going to take their latest video and put that in my catch-up list. I know I'm quite a bit behind here, as you can see, and they seem to be posting videos fairly frequently, almost once a week, so hopefully they'll get to, you know, I recommend to everybody just to think about getting to a place where you're putting out a quality piece of content every week. If you're not yet, that's okay. You just want to have in mind to hopefully get to that point, because when you're putting out a video a week, your channel will grow organically on its own. The things we do here in these live streams just speed things up, right? Then shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,600, 8,200 views. We don't have pennies in Canada anymore. We haven't for a very long time. They were thinking about making a $5 coin for us. We have a $1 coin, a $2 coin, and they were thinking about $5. I'm not sure if they ever actually did it, but I have not seen one. and they might not bother now because everybody's talking about a cashless society. And forgive me while I roll my eyes while I say that, but I'm not a fan. But we'll see. And then Starika is working on 1,800 subscribers. We'll push them a little bit farther towards that milestone, hopefully. And then we see that they've got some live streams up to about a year ago. We'll see if they're going to bring those back. But we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Our friend Ghostly Winds, who comes in from Australia, they can't be here for every stream. Like for them, it's probably 5 in the morning for them right now. But Ghostly Winds is the one that named the catch-up list. They always have very comedic things to say, both about the wheel and about a few other things. But that's my effort in trying to bring a little more fun into the Tuber Chat live streams, because like I said, everything I do sounds like it comes out of a textbook, so I have to rely on everybody else's sense of entertainment and sense of comedy to bring some life into the Tuber Chat live streams. So we call it my catch-up list just for fun, but I do use it to catch up with people, and people often will ask me, where's the mustard list, but we haven't got to that yet. Rem's family is another fellow Canadian up on the screen right now, and they were talking recently about more live streams, as a matter of fact. So they've passed 10,000 now. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They're going to give us homesteading content and information about their homesteading journey more than anything else. 9,000, 10,000 views on a couple of these shorts videos, mostly outdoors, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they were live, yesterday. I missed that, sorry. I don't know how I missed that. I think I was on the computer all evening. I forget what I was doing yesterday. Late evening, I'm usually there. And then they've got a couple of series, it looks like. So they're on frequently, as a matter of fact. Looks like Friday night, Saturday morning, Sunday morning. They could be on a couple times a week. So hopefully we'll catch them for another one. And or did I catch you yesterday? Yes, maybe I did catch you. See, I'm being silly. I'm saying I didn't catch you, and the red line's right there. Oh, and then yes, I don't know where the word catsup came from. Is that a different way to spell it? You guys in the chat can let me know if somebody actually spells the word that way. Oh, thank you, Rem's family. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm looking at the red line right in front of me, talking as if I don't see it there. I don't know what on earth I'm thinking. And then Rem's family, though, has been a longtime friend. They've been with us for at least a couple of years. I think it's getting on 3 years as well. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up in a second. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Oh, what a handsome looking avatar and banner on this channel. Isn't that just beautiful? Michael's Adventures had his banner and avatar changed up today. And now a little bit more, yes, with the raccoon. I forget who asked in the chat earlier, but yeah, absolutely a raccoon. He's actually got a lot of wildlife on the channel, so you'll see daily nature and wildlife videos. He brings a lot of trail cam type footage here, so he's got raccoons, foxes, deer, opossums. There's a lot of bird watching on the channel as well. And he's got regular visitors that come by also. He's got lengthy videos. He puts out videos every single day. Lately, it's been twice a day. Some of them are 2 hours long, as you can see. So he's got a lot of wildlife coming around regularly. When you dig through the channel, you're going to see that he also brings us outdoor adventures. Some of these are just a story to be told or a look outside, but he often brings us a walk around or even a drive along video, and gives us a little bit of a history and a chance to get to know Michael. And these are put out sporadically throughout the content. You'll notice this creator now has over 3,800 videos, if you can imagine. So he's been at this a long time. He's been here in the Superchat family since just about the beginning as a beloved and dedicated moderator. Literally one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years, because of the things he does for others over and above what anybody actually sees. He really gives a lot of help to other channels when it comes to playlists and things like that. And now, if I understand right, he needs less than 200 hours to get to his 4,000. He's already monetized, as you can see. He's got shorts over here that have gotten into 1,300, 1,600, 6,200, a few outdoors, a few lottery tickets, and a tablet slot game as well. And Michael's Adventures is here with us for just about every stream. Like I said, he's been a dear friend a long time. Every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things that they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Superchat. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Superchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Jeremy D-Day's in the house. I hope I said hello to Driving Daily. I think you've been here a long time today, as usual. And then when we look at Hilda DC, we see another beloved and dedicated moderator here. She is one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube now. The reason why I say that is because you can see she's a dynamic creator just from her thumbnails. Some of them feature her face, right, for instance, or on her banner. And, you know, she's always smiling, always laughing, but always encouraging with positive affirmations coming from both the creator throughout her content as well as special effects she puts on the screen. She even gets Nightbot to help her out by bringing more positive affirmations through her content. So hopefully you will connect with her. You're going to find that she does a lot of almost mukbang style taste test challenges. She's able to introduce us to a lot of really interesting new flavors of a lot of the things we might regularly see in the grocery stores. I'm in Canada, so I see less than our American friends. I'm always interested to see the different things that might be coming to my area. As well, she does a lot of cooking videos, and you'll be able to catch her for that. I think that's what she's got coming up next week. She's got another video, actually just in a few days. So we'll see that on, is it Tuesday? Yeah, I think she's set right after Pete for Pete's premiere. The Scratch Challenge series of videos, and he often raids into other creators' channels. So Hilda DC is working on 2,600. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther. Of course, she is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts on this channel have 2,900, 6,100, 47,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. I have joined her many times, both on her channel and many others, for lots of StreamYard panels. Lately, she's been doing these sporadically, once every month or two, but we'll look forward to the next one. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. Nez Lover, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming into the chat, as long as everybody is still active. We should get around to saying hello to everyone. And then Nez Lover happens to be a member, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. We're going to take a break and go for another 3.5 minutes here to grab a drink and rest our voice and the other things we need to do. And then we will be right back right before we do that live stream or pardon me, right before we do that break of 3.5 minutes, we're going to play a clip from our interview podcast series. So these are listed as a podcast and in a playlist, videos on the Tuber Chat channel now. The conversations in an interview style go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long with friends that have been with us for at least 3 years. I see Mark the Shark coming in. He's been with us for like 4 years. And then all of the creators featured in our interview series have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was, I think, your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of like views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was like pushed to the back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, like skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together. So we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were like pushed to the back.
Yeah.
But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check your analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. Because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even like scrolling up and down and like how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, like, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not like go with YouTube's policies. Like, we have a lot of fun with like pranking each other and stuff like that. Like, what we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or like pranks wise, that like skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do like, say like a trending meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes we not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that like shorts really help us have like, them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're like, I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
All right, we're just about back. That clip was talking about the idea of splitting shorts into another channel. So Danielle and James from Unstable TV talk about that. They talk about it a little bit more in the interview series. As you heard, I said to them, you're the first creators that I'm talking to in that interview series. So they go on about that at length, right, and give us their opinion. Now, I'm sure they've changed up things a little bit. I looked at their channel the other day, saw a few more shorts on the original Unstable TV channel. But I can give you a little bit of a hint as well. A few creators here in the Superchat family have done the same thing, like started a shorts channel. If you wanted to. So if you see one, I would reach out to those creators and see what they have to say about it. Whether they like the decision or don't like the decision. I'm a big fan of putting a lot of content on one channel. We know that the biggest YouTubers that talk about the things that we talk about here are going to say that niche or theme or razor sharp focus is the best idea. And I will absolutely agree with that. If possible, if you're certain about what you want to do, then of course. But I don't think there's anything wrong with having a variety channel or mixing things up a bit if you're intentional about the idea of doing that. And here's an example. Let's say somebody like I Am Betty J Gathers has a vlogging channel. She talks about all kinds of different stuff. Could be pure variety. She could go on she could scratch a lottery ticket. Everybody would think that's fine. She could go on a vacation. Everybody would think that's fine. She could do a cooking video. Everybody would think that's fine as well. If she was to do a cooking series and say, I'm going to start a cooking channel, my recommendation is always, regardless of category or niche, to start a series. Do like 10 or 12 episodes of something on your original channel to see if you're going to like it, if it's going to vibe with the audience, if you're going to be able to follow through. Because looking after more than one channel, we all know that YouTube is more work than we thought it was going to be. But if you're certain, and then if you can always split off, into a separate channel, and then take the videos down. You can always film and not use the videos. You can always put videos up and delete them. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. You can always change your mind a million times. And we've seen creators do that kind of thing, renaming their channels, refacing their channels. I personally have a channel where it's variety. I use it to experiment, put up like all kinds. There's half nonsense on there. Some of the videos are fairly useful and this and that. And but you'll notice that Superchat has razor sharp focus. We only do one thing here, right? And it's always going to be focused on people in the beginnings of their YouTube journey. Forever after, that's what this channel will be, however long it continues. Our copyright free music channel, razor sharp focus, right? Because I can experiment whenever I want with the other one. And there's just a little bit of a hint in that. So before thinking about splitting off into a separate channel, I would just advise, I don't even want to use the word advise, but I would recommend the idea of considering trying to put everything on one channel first, because I also have run a few channels for other people. I let most of them go because I didn't want to like just be paid to do it. I wanted to work with people who want to be involved, let's say, right? Help, not just do it. And I only run channels for one person now, and we've started 3 channels. He started a 4th one, but we and I run 3 of those. When we started, it would have been a better idea to just put all the content on one channel. He would have been way past 100,000 subscribers right now. We still wonder if it's, going to get there. One of the channels has 74,000 and it keeps going down, right? Because of, bot accounts and trolls and all kinds of other stuff. It doesn't seem to grow the way you would expect. We've got a channel that features the work that we do outdoors. Concrete, asphalt, ungodly things that I don't wish on anybody. And that content gets some views, but it would have been better suited all on one channel instead of mixing things up, because now we've got channels that are stuck. One's at about 22,000 if I'm right, can't get it to move. One's at like 4,000, can't get it to move. It could be 6,000, whatever it is. I can tell you as well, on my personal channel, my best performing short, which actually just started getting views now, is at about 5,000. But that shorts video was helpful, and I did something with intention. So what I did was a review of a Roku TV. Almost anybody, especially in North America, possibly our friends in the UK, and I'm not sure about around the world, might know what a Roku TV is. It's not much different than Amazon TV or, you know, these other systems like Apple TV and Google, I forget what they call it, but the Google TV thing as well. And all it is, just a television, a little tiny thing, and I just did the setup, barely enough to get the thing going. But while I was making that video, I said, I'm also going to make a short. I'm going to show people how to put YouTube onto, I think that's what I did, put YouTube onto their Roku TV, or at least move it around or whatever. That short is doing well because it's informative. When I put a video of a storm or a duck cross in a street, it doesn't do anything. But when I put something that's a little more useful, then it works. Now, that's not saying it's going to work for everybody. That's just what I did. But I just wanted to share that because there's a lot to think about when we're thinking about mixing up our content and especially starting another channel. I haven't had anybody yet that has started a second channel and said, oh, that was the best thing I ever did, because it's always questionable after. So it's a thought, right? I Am Betty J. Gathers is somebody who's been another dear friend of about 4 years. She is always smiling, always laughing. Let me show you something about her shorts videos, because this is unique. She might film a few different things, usually always having a good time and inspiring and motivating, but all the shorts on her channel that have done really well, the top 12 shorts videos, are all talking head videos. This is the only channel that comes to my mind out of all the channels that we look at here in the Tuber Chat family, where she's got consistently 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, and 10,000 views for talking head videos. When it comes to shorts, I don't think we see that regularly at all. And then I Am Betty J. Gathers is going to do a lot of vlogging. She talks about living her best life over 60, but most of her content, if not all of it, is relatable to anybody. She talks about healthy eating, healthy living, intermittent fasting is a subject that comes up, and she does a lot of vlogs. She takes us about her day. She's indoors, she's outdoors, she's taking us on the road, she takes us for adventures, and then she's got live streams as well. Lots of guests on her channel. She's doing a few interviews there for a while. And I Am Betty J. Gathers is always engaging with the chat and talking half YouTube as well. So she's always motivating and inspiring in that way. She always cares very much about those of us in the Tuber Chat family and anybody starting a YouTube journey, let's just say. So hopefully everybody will connect with I Am Betty J. Gathers. She's working on 2,500 subscribers. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. And when we look at the wheel, we see Handicapped Travelers coming up in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So I was really talking up a storm there. I missed a few people in the chat, I think. Together We Travel is here. Good to see you in the house. And then, yes, Hadgeways. So the other thing you're going to notice as well, I think Hadgeways is on my personal channel as well, but you'll notice I'm always behind over there. I haven't put up a video in months again. And I can use every excuse in the book like everybody else. Tuber Chat is my focus, so we're always here. I try to never let this channel rest. So even though some of the things I wish to do don't come true, we still stream at least 3 times a week and do what we're doing here. The copyright-free music channel is kind of sitting right now, but I do a better job of looking after other people's channels than I do with my own, just because I make time for that when I work. And, life is all about priorities a lot of the time. Hopefully I'm not missing anything in the chat. Bensai and Games, I'm not sure if they're still here, but they might be. Design with Emma's in the house as well. Just please let me know if you're still here. There's Design with Emma. I'm going to get them onto the wheel because they happen to be a member, just like Handicapped Travelers. I put Matthew's Bushcraft onto the wheel, and there's the Stock Explorer. Nora has got to be excited. You know, I have to be very middle of the road with the things that I say here in the Tuber Chat streams, but Nora and I share a love of crypto and finance, and I'm very lucky to have friendships with creators beyond what we talk about here. Anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well, but many creators I have conversations with throughout the week, regardless of Tuber Chat streams, and crypto is just on launch pad right now, and it is expected to be a unbelievable year. Now, I wouldn't recommend anybody play around with money with anything that you haven't taken the time to learn about. Crypto is extremely volatile. I just mention it because, you know, after a few years of dipping my toe in the water, right place, right time, things seem to be going well right now, but there's a ton to learn. I actually spend, I wouldn't say half an hour a day, but probably close to it, learning, and have for many months. It's really not that long, but this is how you rack up the hours. They say it takes 100 hours to become good at something and 1,000 hours to be great at it. We can relate that to YouTube as well. You know, you put up 100 videos, you're going to be considered a good YouTuber by anybody's standards. You can't help but improve when you're putting out dozens of pieces of content. You become more efficient. Your gut starts to tell you the right things. You start to notice the successes that you have and duplicate those successes, let's just say. But when you put out 1,000 videos, now anybody could say, oh, you must be great at this because, you know, the videos don't have to be fantastic. It's just that when somebody looks at the work that you've done, if we want to call it work, they're going to say, oh, wow, okay, it's no surprise that you have tens of thousands of views or hundreds of thousands of views or whatever it's going to be. So these are just ideas. And then Just Jason Keto and more. So Canadian, absolutely, Bitcoin, as far as I understand, is still sitting over like 120,000. But we're always talking American dollars when we think of Bitcoin. Nora can correct me unless anybody else is involved and mentioning it. But Bitcoin, I believe, hit 93. That's the highest so far, but I could be wrong. I don't stare at the numbers every second. It's hard not to, but I try not to. And luckily, like I've always, it's not that Dogecoin is something that I think is, you know, a savior and a godsend and everything else. Nothing like that. The fact is that Dogecoin is the most popular meme coin ever so far. And it's part of the reason, I believe, why it's doing so well right this second. That's the only reason why I think about that. It's not because I love the project. It's not because I think that they're, you know, doing well. I think that the whole market is, you know, due for a good upswing this year. Not everything is going to do well, and money's going to be lost in a few places. But that's the reason that I think about Doge. And why I'm mining it. Actually, I'm mining a small amount, and I have a small amount, but that's why. And there you go. Yes, driving daily. There's a lot to learn. And my biggest fear, to be honest with you, when it comes to crypto and what we're all about to go through, is I don't want to ride the wave all the way down. I have a friend who's been in crypto a long time, who's like helped me with a little bit of information and stuff, and he insists that he had an account with $1 million in it and rode it all the way back down. Because the problem is you just don't know when to get out. You just think things are going to go up forever, and they just don't. It doesn't matter what market you're in. Even when prices of things are getting high, that's high compared to the dollar. There's other markets to look at. We have precious metals, we have oil, we have cattle, we have all kinds of different things to think about, to compare things to. So, like I said, lots and lots and lots to learn. And I certainly am no authority over there yet. I don't know if I ever will be. I don't even aspire to be, but I may play around with that and do the same thing I do here. Help people who are beginning getting into crypto or mining as I start to learn a little bit more and make sure that I'm not going to give people bad information. There's another, I won't get into too much more story time today, but there was a clip in our interview series, most of you have seen it, where Moz6510 Models from the UK says you don't want to make videos about how to fix cars if you don't know how to fix cars. Now, I've changed batteries in cars somewhere between 5 and 10 times in a lifetime. I've done it many times. I know how to do it. What I am not, though, is a mechanic. And so I put a video on my channel. I forget if it got 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 views or whatever it was, but I had to take it down. Because the problem is I don't know technology when it comes to cars, and the fact that you have to have a computer controller that manages the trickling system or whatever on earth that stuff is. And so the problem is, if people were to follow my video and change batteries in their truck the same way I did, they would ruin their batteries. So I had to take it down, right? So you don't want to talk about things you don't know about, and you definitely want to learn. So I try to cover myself here. I try to say things like, I'm not telling anybody what they should or shouldn't do. I know it sounds like it sometimes, but that's not my intention. And I certainly don't want to sound like an authority. I try to be clear about the things I haven't done yet. And then, yes, XRP, Ripple is moving again. And that's a good idea, driving daily, yes. Oh, and that's, yeah, the Stock Explorer. I'm in Canada. We get snow. So snowflakes are my middle of the road way of talking about the winter holiday season without being 100% Christmas. Although if you look at the new banner on the Superchat channel, it's just an AI system generated thing with a little Santa Claus guy on it. Yeah, that can happen, just Jason, Keto, and Mark. Because what are you going to do when you have the money? What are you going to do if Bitcoin goes to $1 million? Well, you don't want to sell it, so what are you supposed to do? Are you going to sell it for dollars? Which is like the most, by then, one of the most worthless things you could change it for. This is the problem. We have to understand cycles. There's a lot to investing. And I know I say it a million times, but between the Stock Explorer, It's the Bankroll, Lisa J. Stocks, Prez the Investor, Budgeting Just Because, and a few other channels, I'm so happy to have financial information in the Tuberchat family. People who can talk to us about things they know we need to hear in our YouTube journey, but are not, speaking language we don't understand when it comes to the idea of finance. There's a lot to learn so that we don't lose everything. I wish for everybody to get what they want out of YouTube. If everybody wants, monetization, that's great. I hope you make a fortune. But I also hope that you can do what you need to keep that fortune, because it's very easy to lose. So yes, being careful is the most important thing. And I don't want, I know I joke about it. I'm very excited right now because things have been going well right now for about a month. But things could very easily go badly. And I don't want anybody to think that I'm pushing them towards it or anything like that. And then Handicapped Traveler. Yes, you got some extra screen time today because I started getting into too much story time. And then when we look at Handicapped Travelers, they've actually been making frequent appearances again. They've been with us just about every stream lately. I was just about to say, I don't know how I'm falling behind with your videos. I thought I just watched one. But they've got a couple here. Yeah, I shared this out, right? Vegetable soup. I just made soup the other day, but I see this as a collaboration. And our dear friend Gail Southern Living, I didn't notice that it was hers, but I shared that video out today. I always do my shares in advance, and I've got a system for that. I keep statistics and spreadsheets and all that stuff for all these streams so that I can fairly put out videos, not just for members, not just for super chatters, and not just for moderators, but everybody who supports in all the different ways that everybody does, right? It takes a bit of everything to keep these channels going, and it doesn't always come down to money. You know what I mean? That's the truth. So when people are sharing videos, when people are commenting, when they're literally word of mouth talking, to friends about why they need to visit your channel. That stuff can really help. So Handicapped Traveler is going to bring us travel from a certain perspective. You get an idea of that when you read the About section and start going through some videos. They also let you know about their garden. They've got cooking videos and some crafts as well. So a lot of outdoor adventure, but they also bring us into their home. They've got a premiere coming up in a few days. We'll look forward to that. I got notification on for that, even though I've got the notification bell on for the channel. And then thank you, Butler Family Farm. They are getting going. I'm surprised, are you not filming today? Unless it's inappropriate. You know, we always want everybody to stream whenever it is appropriate, but you never know, right? But Butler Family Farm, thank you. And like I said, they got a special live stream coming up on Monday. Handicapped Travelers got some shorts here with some winter weather as well. They've got 1,300, 1,400, even 2,600 views on some of these shorts videos, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they've got one coming up towards the end of the month, so we can look forward to that, get a chance to get to know them a little bit better. They're working on 1,400 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then let's spin the wheel. We got another channel going. I'll try to move a little bit faster. Blessed to Crochet is here. I didn't say hello, I don't think, when they came in, but I did put them on the wheel. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, thank you, Scratch and PPA. Forgive me, rambling with the broom. Scott, my dear friend, I was talking so much that I completely missed your gifted membership there. Rambling with the Brooms just gifted a membership, and Dave's Adventures has been with us about 4 years. He's from the UK. He'll be happy to have that membership, I'm sure. So we'll look at Rambling with the Brooms. He's got 2 channels, and he started putting up more content on the travel channel. We'll look at that next. Thank you again, Scratch and PPA. You know, I say it all the time. Scratch and PPA is a shining jewel in the Superchat family. Our moderators give so much help here. These streams couldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help. Things would fall apart. Everybody would be, you know, furious with me all the time. I'm sure. I promise you, I make as many mistakes as anybody. Blessed to Crochet is working on 1,200 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They've been doing a lot of live streaming lately. They got a couple videos here. Now, they're going to give us motivation and inspiration. They really want to talk about community and get people together. The last couple of videos that they put out are these theme songs from Jake Huston. He's done one of those for the Tuberchat streams as well. I'll play it later in the stream. I usually play it in the second half of the stream once per day. Shorts on this channel have now gotten into 10,000 views and beyond. There's a little bit of yarn and fiber arts and fiber crafts here, and a little bit of variety as well, as we can see, and then live streams on the channel. So they got a whole December series ready to go for Vlogmas here. And then they've got live streams. Yeah, like I said, they've been on frequently. So a couple days ago, they were on today, and again today. So hopefully we'll catch them for the next couple of live streams they're going to do. We got notification bells on for every single channel. And then the Bud Files is coming up. And thank you, Glorious Platter. I'm assuming that you got that system in the background for the live redirect set. But right before we go over for the raid in another hour and a half at Glorious Platter's channel, I'll set the redirect. You could do it right down to the last second. I don't recommend it. We should always do these things in advance, but you could. The Bud Files is on the wheel now. Rambling with the Brooms is coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Rambling with the Brooms is here. They've actually got a second channel as well. I'll show that to you in a second. Pumpkins in Wonderland. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. And Rambling with the Brooms is working on 3,800 subscribers now. Scott, is a beloved and dedicated moderator here as well as a member. He's always been an advocate for helping others grow, especially when he finds channels that are under 100. And then when we look at Rambling with the Brooms, though, we see another homesteading channel in Canada. He's closer to our nation's capital of Ottawa, but I'm expecting to actually meet up with him again. Hopefully Jason's going to come out with that, and we'll get a few more creators together from the area and meet up in Toronto. And we did that in the summer as well. I'm always happy to meet up with creators. Rambling with the Brooms has got a bit of travel going on the channel. He's often indoors, but brings us a lot of outdoor content as well. I've actually caught him in the sugar shack making maple syrup as well. Shorts on his channel have gotten into 2300, 3100, 7800. And you see some of that famous Canadian winter weather there. That's where the snowflakes come from. And then live streams on the channel as well. And he's live every Thursday and Friday. He's been doing those for as long as I remember. He's mixed up the days a couple of times in the past. Lots of StreamYard panels. He'll bring on lots of other creators for us to be introduced to. And he's got an interesting cruise plan coming up with Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. And it's called Cruise in Alaska 25. And here's an example of it. He's got a couple of these logos around it, different content here. They're going to go from Seattle to Alaska for a week in August of 25. So we're literally down to less than a year, far less than a year. I don't know if that's 8 months or 9. And then Travel Escapes with the Brooms is where Scott is going to bring us more travel-based content. So he's well over 300 subscribers over here now. He started putting out a couple more videos. So a few shorts here for us to see, a couple more videos, and we'd love to push him towards the 400 we know he's thinking about. And then Gloria's Platter. I haven't seen snow yet this year. Often what will happen, it could snow on Halloween. It didn't this year. It's, I think, our warmest Halloween on record or something. But often what happens I grew up and was born and raised in Toronto, we might be looking out the window on Christmas hoping it will snow. It's possible for it not to happen. We usually get a couple of snowfalls. They could be good or bad right before, through the month of November. Certainly some cold weather. I remember a few years ago it got down to minus 35 Celsius. It was ridiculous, and I had to work in that. I was miserable, as you could tell. But snow is, common here, and we'll see much of it. Last year, I don't know why the stars aligned for me, but between my back and forth from Niagara to Toronto, I only had to shovel snow one time of the entire last season. So if I have to shovel a million times this year, I won't be surprised. And then I think we see Florida Claimers Ted coming in. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. I've got them on the wheel. And Hadj Ways is coming up now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Sophia says they're not ready for snow. No, I'm never ready for it. I like the look of everything. Things really look beautiful when the snow falls and you have otherwise good weather, like a nice clear sky and things like that. It can really make things look like something else. This is why TV and movies put a lot of that in. Christmas movies are so popular, right? And part of the thing is because the beautiful scenery, it doesn't matter where they are in the world where snow will fall, people always want to kind of see it. We have a friend in Toronto. He's not in the Tuberchat family, but he's somebody that I know as a YouTuber named Johnny Strides. And his channel, I don't even remember how many subscribers he has. No, he passed his 100,000 a long time ago. And he says specifically, snow is the thing. So if it snows, you got to get out and stream because not everybody in the world can see it. And they're absolutely interested in it, right? And a lot of different areas have Christmas light displays. Just Jason Keto and more just reminded me that Niagara Falls will be starting up. It's one of the biggest in the world, and that will be happening in the next week or so. Hadgeways is up on the screen. More travel here. So we'll likely see some snow on this channel at some point. I don't know if I've seen any yet, but I see they've got a few more videos here over the last couple of weeks. I'm going to put the latest video into my catch-up list. That's that playlist we joke about that I use to keep caught up with creators. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,400, 1,700 views and beyond. A little bit of variety along with some more travel-based content there, and live streams as well. So they were live just a few days ago. I managed to catch that, but they've brought these out sporadically. So it looks like almost once a week as a consistent idea, and we'll look forward to more of those. We got notification bells on for every channel, of course, and then Hadgeways as well. When you dig through the thumbnails, you get an idea of all the different types of places they're going to bring us, but I think they mention it on their About section as well, so you get an idea of what to expect there. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. When we talk about the idea of those Christmas light displays, I know not everybody celebrates Christmas, but you see the content on YouTube and this and that if you want to. And I'll tell you just the smallest story about what I went through with that on an occasion while I was filming. So I went out to do a live stream in Niagara Falls filming the Christmas light display. And the phone shut off because it was too cold. So I was still fairly new to outdoor streaming, and I promise you I've been through a few of those things where like the phone's too hot, the phone's too cold, it cuts off, and you know, bad internet connections and everything else. That one live stream only lasted 8 minutes, but the video right after got, I forget if it was 5,000 views or something like that. So it shows you what's possible. That got like replays from a live stream that cut off. So very interesting to know that that kind of thing can happen. I wouldn't recommend trying to game the system to make it happen, but just hopefully everybody can take inspiration from the idea that, hey, sometimes luck comes around too, right? Lewis Acre Farm Karma, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Charinator's going to be on the Meet Me Monday series. That's an interview series that Lewis Acre Farm Karma has got going on. Charinator's a longtime dear friend here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Nora the Stock Explorer is up on the screen right now. They're here as a beloved and dedicated moderator as well as a member. They've been with us probably almost 4.5 years now, so pretty much from the beginning of Tuber Chat. And they've got, they're working on 2,300 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. This channel started with talk about the stock market and crypto, but in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. Nora will bring us beginner tutorials as well as advanced topics like options trading and NFTs, and often has product in hand and is very forthcoming about their own stock and crypto plays. They've really expanded the content on the channel. When you go through their videos, you're going to see a little bit of variety. They've got a new series here with some lottery ticket scratching, and they've got a Scratching with Strangers series where they're literally meeting people and scratching lottery tickets with them right away. And then they've got shorts on the channel that bring even more variety. And these have now gotten into 2,800, 4,100 views, 11,000 views. Pardon me for 1 second here. When we look at their live stream page, we see that they are live frequently. So Nora also doesn't have a schedule, but they try to get on at least twice, if not 3 times per week. A lot of it is lottery ticket scratching lately, but sometimes we get a chance to get to know Nora or talk about stocks and crypto. A lot of StreamYard panels on this channel. I actually joined Nora once last year for a couple of hours, and she's always got a series or a collection of other channels and creators that join her either for lottery ticket scratching or friendly conversation or stock and crypto talk. So you'll be introduced to more channels over there when you get there. She's monetized. Lots of ways to support Nora, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's got a second channel, but I'll leave it to you to find that. At the bottom of her front page is Tropical Buzz, and this is where Nora will seek to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which we are going to she's going to grow herself, and happens to be in Florida. So it was almost zero chance of snow over there. And then Jeremy D-Day is going to come up next. Thank you one more time, Rambling with the Brooms, for that gifted membership, by the way. Forgive me for missing that, but we did get a chance to look at both of Scott's channels. Hopefully I'm going to meet up with him in a couple of months again. Jeremy D-Day is coming up. That's another friend that's been with me for about 5 years, since before Tuber Chat was even a thought. So hopefully you take inspiration knowing that there are friends who will literally support you years into the future, and a lot of them come through here regularly. When we look at the break that we're going to take right now, we'll go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back with Jeremy D-Day. I'm going to play another clip from that interview series that I keep talking about. These are videos now on the Tuber Chat channel, and they're about an hour to 2 hours long each. Conversations in an interview style where I ask the creators that are featured for their opinion without adding a lot of my own. The opposite of the story time that we get into here in the Tuber Chat streams. And the most important thing is the fact that they've been with us many years, so they know exactly what we need to hear. They've come up like with us, and then as well, they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, thanks for watching, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also, if I'm talking about a specific thing like the slot pool, I'll say, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. So everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, have you ever eaten this? What did you put? We have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. Does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro. Okay. If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is where we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because thank you, you have an interest in this particular topic.
All right, we're just about back. I'm just adding a couple of names onto the wheel here. So Tiffany Lava Shark Johnson, Driving Daily, and Fever Dream Animation have all been added. And then for any of our members who are still listening or watching that haven't been seen on the screen yet, just please be active in the chat, because I really took a few names off the wheel, and I'll put them right back on. So Jeremy D-Day is a creator that I've actually known for about 5 years, and this is what inspired the idea behind the Tuber Chat channel. The fact that I met a group of people, including Jeremy, that were supporting each other. It felt almost like a college party where somebody kind of grabs you by the hand. You don't know anybody, and they're like, here, I'm going to introduce you to everybody. Everybody supports everybody. Everybody helps everybody. And I thought that was really, really cool. And I really don't believe I've ever seen that before, where people are so helpful to each other. And Jeremy's been there from the beginning. I'd already been on YouTube for a couple years before I even found this group of people. But Jeremy D-Day still, to this day, 5 years later, is coming through as often as he can, usually every day, to support other creators. Now, I'm just going to grab his latest bike ride video. He put that up today. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with him. Jeremy D-Day does reviews, shorts, vlogs. It's pure variety on his channels. Shorts over here have done 27,000 and 68,000 views, which is great to see. Excuse me. And then live streams on the channel as well. He's done these as an experiment. When I show you his original channel, JD Knight 7, you're going to see that this creator also brings a lot of music reviews. Gotta spell it properly though. There it is, JD Knight 7. And that's what he's been doing lately. But again, a lot of variety has been mixed up over the years. And JD Knight 7, Jeremy D-Day's been on YouTube like pretty much since the beginning. Look at that, 2007. He's working on 11,000 subscribers now, and it's pure variety on the channel with a lot of reviews lately. Shorts have done extremely well, 122,000. 356,000 and 608,000 views, which is great. Live streams are an experiment over here. We'll see if he's going to bring those back. But we got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. Fever Dream Animation is coming up, and then I don't know if Glorious Platter is still listening right this second, but I sent you a message on Instagram again just to see if we can catch that live redirect system. When you want to accept raids from another channel, we call it raid, it's really called live redirect on YouTube. But when we want to accept raids on our channel, which anybody probably would, we haven't seen any hate raids yet, or at least I haven't seen them here. But that was a thing on Twitch. But in order to accept raids, you have to click a setting in your YouTube studio settings down in the bottom left there. And there's a checkbox that will allow you to accept raids from any channels you're subscribed to. So I recommend that setting for almost everybody. Or you could just put individual channels in a list there, and if you're experiencing any trolling or awful behavior and stuff like that, you can just use that tool to kind of keep it to a minimum. Fever Dream Animation is up on the screen right now. They're here with us just about every day. They give us some information on their about section about exactly what a fever dream is. I have gone through this, but I actually have I have vivid dreams all the time, and I think it's only after watching the movie Inception that I describe it in the same way that they mentioned in the movie. They're like, while you're in your dream, things are really squirrely, like all over the place. And things are not working the way it should. The world doesn't seem the way it is. Gravity doesn't exist or is in a weird, twisted way. And then it's only after you wake up, if you can even remember what you were dreaming about, that you're like, hey, that was weird. So I have dreams, recurring dreams all the time. One of them is that I have a body of water, and it changes all the time. It could be a lake, could be a river, could be a swimming pool. But I usually go through this at least once a week, I would guess. It's frequent. And I've always got my phone on me. And the problem is I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get where I need to go without destroying the phone. because mine is not waterproof. I use an iPhone 11. Not that I think of it in the dream, but I just know it's not waterproof. Sometimes I have to put it in my pocket and swim as fast as I can. Sometimes I have a Ziploc bag, and I'm able to put it in there, and then that works. And then sometimes I have to, like, throw it as far as I can. I know what I'm talking about sounds ridiculous, but when you think about some of the dreams that you have, like I said, even if you remember them, you're like, yeah, that was really weird. Why on earth am I, standing in a place where I'm stuck in front of water with my phone? I should have known better. Anyway, Fever Dream Animation is going to bring us more of this. They got quite a few videos here, and these are quite lengthy, the last couple. I'm just going to put this one up from yesterday into my catch-up list. They've got a premiere coming up as well. That's going to be in a few hours from now, so we know there'll be fresh content on this channel. They're working on 200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then shorts on this channel. Almost 600 views and on the way towards 700 views, which is great to see. So Fever Dream Animation is here with us in just about every live stream, for which I'm grateful. I know not everybody can be, but hopefully everybody will connect to this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter as well. The circles with the C. Oh, that's for Fever Dream Animation. Yes, copyright is basically the symbol that they've got there. Some creators put C like that, copyright, after their name. Some people put TM, trademark, or whatever. Those are specific things, but it's just a fun thing on YouTube more than anything else, unless somebody's got a registered copyright or trademark. Oh, Design with Emma is still here. We haven't looked at that channel. And again, for any of our members that haven't been seen yet, just please be active in the chat. I'll get you back onto the wheel. And then Design with Emma's working on 3,300 subscribers now. They've passed 3,200. I forgot to ask earlier, and I saw somebody mention it. Pete, is the voting still on for Meet and I today? I know they said November the 16th, but I don't know if that means that it was closed today or if it's still on today. And I deleted my paragraph that I had there, that I was clicking around in Nightbot to do something else today, and then I was clicking and driving myself bananas there. Design with Emma is monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They're going to give us inspiration for our interior decorating needs, wants, and ideas. What they're going to do, though, as well, is take us out shopping and show us how we can cost effectively find a lot of the things that are going to contribute to the kind of look we might be looking forward to, if that makes any sense. Obviously, Christmas is going to be a big idea over the next couple of months, and they're really getting ahead of the curve with that. So hopefully we'll see some of these videos really take off, and they got a couple premieres. They got one coming up right after Superchat, and then right after that as well. So they got two today. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 33,000 views and 87,000 views. These bring pure variety, and we see a few creators doing this as well, regardless of category or niche on the channel. They're just bringing pure variety into the shorts. And then, so it might be today. Can I ask you for a favor, Pete? Do you mind grabbing the link for it? Because like I said, I deleted my thing while I was playing with Nightbot today. And I ended up deleting a couple of things. Design with Emma, if you don't mind, if you have a second to grab the link, and then I'll talk about it when you've got it there. Pete has been nominated, along with a few more of our friends, in an award show from a channel called Meet and I. They've changed it up a few times over the years, but essentially it's like a small YouTubers awards, right? And they've been here with us many times before, and definitely are influencers. But they do this award show, and what you can do is you can go and vote for people to be nominated for these awards. And Pete's been in there for 3 out of the 4 years, I think it's been. And then a few more familiar faces are over there also. The Numismaniac is possibly in the chat right now. They're just renewing that membership there, it looks like. If they're still here, I'll put them in the, or if they are here, I'll put them on the wheel right away. Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. Fabric Studios back. And then Design with Emma does some live streaming over here as well. So even up to a couple weeks ago, hopefully we'll catch them for another haul or another idea when it comes to these live streams. And Design with Emma's another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's been with us a long while now. I think it's been a year by now. And forgive me if it's much longer. I lose track sometimes of how long these friendships have gone on. And then Matthew's Bushcraft is coming up from the Big Family Expedition family. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Matthew's Bushcraft now has 160 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 200 we know that they're thinking about. And then the Numismaniacs making me laugh in the chat, as they usually do. I will put them onto the wheel right now. And Matthew's Bushcraft, for whatever reason, I was forgetting for a long time, but this creator is actually part of Big Family Expedition. So it's cool to see one of the family members off breaking into their own channel. And Matthew's Bushcraft is going to teach us some survival skills. They focus on things that people of all ages can learn. So obviously a lot of outdoor content here. And then Matthew's Bushcraft puts out videos occasionally. They got some shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 1,600, 2,200, 2,800 views and beyond. And I think this is a great addition to what I usually would consider our homesteading channels. I group a lot of things together there. I talk about the idea of homesteading along with farming, ranching, gardening, fishing, hiking, camping, and other outdoor channels similar to this. So Matthew's Bushcraft obviously is going to inspire a lot of other people. And I bet you're going to get a lot of thanks on the channel as well for teaching people some of these things. You know, I don't know if it's that I'm just, the algorithm plays to me, so I see a lot of, you know, van life. YouTube today had van life as the logo in the top corner, at least for me or those of us in Canada. But also like tiny homes, homesteading in general, prepping, self-defense, this kind of thing. I think it's becoming more and more popular because the internet allows like-minded people to find each other. So now we have communities of just about any kind. You know, if you're the kind of person who enjoys camping and Reese peanut butter cups, there's groups for people who like camping and Reese peanut butter cups, let's just say. Not saying I'm right, but you know what I mean. So things can get very focused, but you got a lot of people that can give each other a lot of information, and especially with our cultural differences or locations, we can see things that we otherwise might not have caught from other areas of the world and things like that, if that makes any sense. But Matthew's Bushcraft obviously is helping people with their channel. I'll just show you Big Family Expedition. What they're doing is, this is a family that was living on the road. Pardon me. And what they did is convert a school bus into an RV for the family to hit the road again. And they recently took a trip to Alaska. They got a couple videos for that. They promised to bring back some live streams. They were doing these a while back, and I never caught any of them. I don't know why, but hopefully I'll catch them for these when they bring them back. And then as well, they've got shorts on the channel here that have gotten into 2,700 views. One of them over 10,000 though. So it's an interesting story behind this channel, the second of its kind that we've seen, where somebody's converting a bus into an RV for literally a full-time life. Our friends at Hope Bus have literally like made their dreams come true. They must have finished their bus. I saw it when it was 50 to 60 to 70% done, and they took off 5 hours away. They're living the dream off-grid completely. And the Numismaniac, another fellow Canadian, is coming up now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, look at that beautiful wheel that they've got with those Canadian colors there. The Numismaniac. This wheel that we use is from a website called wheelofnames.com. I'll put that in the chat. If you go to wheelofnames.com, that's where we get this thing. I'll never remember where I first saw it. And then thank you, Scratch and Pete PA, for that link. Let me paste it so I can keep that. I'm just going to put something in the chat here. Oh, the link is gonna, it doesn't want to work for me the way I want it to. Pete posted a link. I'm just gonna pin it. So I just pinned a link, and what that's for is there's an award show from a channel called Meet and I, and they've been friends of ours for 4 years now. They come in here occasionally, but they've got this award show where they recognize, we say small YouTubers, but you know, channels of almost any size that have been supportive to each other, let's just say. So they've changed it up over the years, but Pete is usually nominated and has been again this year. So if you want to click that link, we would love it if you go and vote for Pete and any other channels that you recognize. You may have to go through and learn about a couple more channels because they like force everybody to vote, even if you don't know what some of the channels are. But that gives inspiration, or I don't know, that's not the right word to use, but it entices the idea of going and learning about these other channels so that you can pick a winner, let's just say, and then they'll tally these up soon. Judgment Day, Mike Harper, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Pardon me. And then our dear friend, the Numismaniac, is here. He's known as the Skipper on his channel. He's passed his 1,000 subscribers, so he just did a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And I'm always happy to see that kind of thing. He's actually done a few giveaways on the channel that I've seen. He had a series going all summer where he was putting out a daily video, giving the audience a chance to go and learn something and come back to answer a question so that they could be a part of his giveaway series. And the Skipper on this channel brings a little bit of variety into the shorts on the channel with some winter weather from Edmonton, Alberta, getting into 1,700 views on one of these. And a lot of live streams with other StreamYard panelists that come up, and they talk about numismatic collectible coins, precious metals, other collectibles, a lot of history as well. And hopefully everybody will connect and see what I'm talking about with the Numismaniac. They've been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter literally for years here. 3 for sure, possibly getting on 4 now. He's got a second channel, Santa Claus North Pole Canada, is a channel that is run by the same creator behind the Numismaniac, where we can get messages to and from Santa Claus, which I think is a really cool idea. And if you haven't already seen any of these videos, I hope that you will, because I'm sure we all know people who could benefit from something like this. He also does Christmas in July, and I believe he actually does work with this kind of thing. I think he's very community-minded, is the idea I get about the Skipper behind these channels. And does a lot for others, right? We talk about that generosity. This is over and above. But this channel's active all the time, but really ramps up around this time here. There's still time to get videos to and from Santa Claus if you wanted to, or messages is what I mean, and then the videos come out on the channel. And he's working on 400 subscribers over here. So I'm hoping we can push him a little bit closer towards that milestone. Design with Emma, we just looked at. So we're 1 channel ahead right now. I'll spin the wheel again. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go for another break right now. We'll make this one a quick one. We're just going to go for 3.5 minutes, and then we're going to come back and talk about Ben Sign games.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.
All right, pardon me. All right, we're just about back, and we're gonna look at Ben Sign games right now. Judgment Day Mike Harper's dropping a super chat. Thank you for that extra generous support. For that reason, we'll look at that channel next. We always put membership, gifters, and super chatters up onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we get back to spinning the wheel. I'm going to add a couple of names onto the wheel in a moment here as well. Michael's Adventures has a premiere that's running right now, actually. I forgot to mention it at 6 o'clock, but he started probably 18 minutes ago, and we know there's going to be fresh content on his channel right after Tuber Chat, but he is a beloved and dedicated moderator here, and he's working on his last 200 hours towards the 4,000. So we love to push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. Judgment Day Mike Harper's coming up next. Ben Sign Games is going to talk to us, actually usually about a lot of video gameplay, but sometimes he does talking head videos over here. He's in the middle of a what is it? Everywhere Forever-a-thon. Yes, day 525. So he's live every single day, if you can imagine that. He's been doing this for now over a year. It's like a year and a half, I guess. And hopefully everybody will catch Ben Cyan Games. He's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter to us here over all this time. He mixes up a little bit of what he puts on the screen, but lots of video gameplay. And then a lot of videos here. These feature a little bit more video gameplay, some talking head videos like I mentioned. Shorts on the channel as well. He's gotten into 3,500, 9,100 views. One of these has done extremely well. 531,000 views. And this is for a bar chart race. These can be mesmerizing. So not too surprising that video did well. But Ben Cyan Games as well is working on 4,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Getting Fairbrick Studio in Henry Leslie, Vermont onto the wheel right now, and for anybody that's listening or watching that hasn't been seen, just please be active in the chat and we'll get to as many channels as we can in the next half hour or so. We've got a premiere coming up from Gloria's Platter, and we got the live redirect set on that. We can go over there and raid. She'll invite us to meet more friends and family members during her live chat, and she's been a friend of about 4 years as well. Judgment Day Mike Harper has got a couple of brand new videos here, including another Star Wars game. I'm just going to put this into my catch-up playlist. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And then another movie review the other day as well. He's been doing a lot of those. Judgment Day Mike Harper is working on 600 subscribers and has some shorts that have done well. 1,100, 1,400, one over 2,100 now, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. He also played that Star Wars game, the same one we just saw. And then brings us a lot of talking head videos here as well. When we look at his second channel, we're going to see that Michael Harper does a lot of movie reviews. Typically DVDs and things like that. When we look at the channel, you get an idea from the thumbnails about what I'm talking about here. A lot of really popular titles. And Michael W. Harper is the name of the second channel, working on its first 100 subscribers at 81 right now. We'd love to push him a little bit farther. He's got some shorts over here as well. These have started to get into 400 and on the way to 500 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. These have been an experiment more than anything else, but we'll see if he's going to continue. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. And Judgment Day Mike Harper is obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then, yeah, that one short video that recently went over 1,000. Are you talking about the Corey Feldman one? That's now over 2,100, which is great to see. It's fun when we're lucky enough to get a short that really starts to take off. But one of the things that will drive anybody crazy is the idea of the numbers not matching up. So a lot of times when a short is really moving, the numbers are actually higher than it looks everywhere. When it finally settles down, you're like, oh, wow, it's really done better than I thought. And that seems to be almost always the case. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Lawless World TV, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to get your... Henry Leslie, Vermont looked at right now. This creator is bringing us more nature and wildlife with a lot of, I was going to say trail cam videos most often, but they're actually doing a few other things here. Looks like they're taking us on the, I was going to say for a second they're taking us on the road, but I see it's another video typical of what we expect more often than anything else from Henry Leslie, Vermont, where they've got a lot of wildlife here. Like I said, wildlife and nature. and they're mixing things up a little bit. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with that particular video. They're working on 500 subscribers too, which is great to see. They got a few shorts here. These are interesting, an interesting format for a shorts video, but some of these have really done well. 4,500, 4,800, 6,400. And Henry Leslie Vermont is somebody who's not only here supporting in Tuber Chat regularly, but I see them out supporting other creators all the time as well. There's some more snow for everybody also. Henry Leslie Vermont with obviously that famous winter weather. Lenny the Lawyer Live is in the house. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then Tiffany Lava Shark Johnson is working on 1,700 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone, towards 1,700. That's what they're thinking about. Tiffany Lava Shark Johnson brings us pure variety, but they're often outdoors. I've caught them outdoors more than anything else. They got some winter weather there as well. But when we look through shorts, it's pure variety here, mostly outdoors again. And these have gotten into 6,800, 6,900, 7,100 views, which is great. And lots of live streams planned and ready to go. So I'm going to set notifications for these. I had quite a bit ready to go, but it looks like she's got like daily live stream set up, which is great. And usually she is outdoors telling stories while walking around and giving us a look around different areas she either lives in or is visiting. We're hat buddies. We're hat twins. I've got a hat right there in the background from Mark the Shark that says much love and aloha. Very similar to what Tiffany's wearing there. This is the one I have. We have the exact same hat. He sent over a couple of these actually to me a while ago. It's an extremely generous thing to have done. And Tiffany Lava Shark Johnson has been an incredibly supportive creator for as long as I can remember. It's got to be a few years by now. I think she's been with us for 3, maybe almost 4 years. So hopefully everybody will connect with Tiffany Lava Shark Johnson, and she posts videos occasionally, but the live streams seem to be the focus of the channel now. We'd love to push her towards that 1,700. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Driving Daily's coming up right now. This is a creator that takes us to a lot of car shows. Usually somebody like me might call them classic car shows, but there's as many new cars and vehicles there done up and done in elaborate ways as anything else, if that makes any sense. This creator was noticed right away coming into the Tuber Chat family because of a lot of the drifting videos, and they continue those today. They got some shorts as well, but they take us for these car shows with lots of classics, lots of done up vehicles, and we've got a few friends here in the Tuber Chat family that are excited to see that. A little bit more variety on the channel, a few talking head videos where we get a chance to get to know the creator. Shorts over here have gotten into 11,000, 18,000, 35,000 views, which is great to see. I did a short something like this one day just to see what would happen. I was driving and saw a classic car and just put it up as a short. And it's interesting because you get a few people reacting. The video that I put up didn't get more than, I don't even remember if it got 1,000 views or what it was, but a lot of comments, right? When you give people that question, like, you know, what is this, or what do you think of this? A lot of people will chime in just to help out, if nothing else, in between the trolling and everything. Driving Daily's got a few live streams here, so they're actually picking these up. They did a couple yesterday, and they seem to be doing these More frequently now. They did one 6 months ago as an experiment, and several this week, so that's great. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. People do love cars, absolutely. I unfortunately can't tell one car from the other. I know some of the names, some of the models, not years. Like, I can't go back and look at, any kind of a Trans Am and tell you what year the thing was from. Sometimes I can roughly guess, but not that I'm a car fanatic or anything like that, but I can appreciate the beauty of some of the cars. And actually, where I live in Niagara Falls in Canada, we have a vibrant community of people who really look after a lot of vehicles and restore them and everything. They do car meets every week, and then they're out traveling up and down the Niagara Parkway, which is a touristy type area that you see in movies and television and stuff like that. And driving dailies over 3,800 hours too, which is great to see. Hopefully we'll push you towards that 400. You're pretty much in line with Michael's adventures with that. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Nez Lover is a longtime friend as well. They've been with us for several years, and they have made frequent appearances in the Tuber Chat family. They're getting close to 3,000 subscribers, which is great to see. They're typically going to bring us a lot of art. One of the things you're going to notice about some of their videos is they're almost like clips of what we can expect from some of the live streams. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I know it's very short, but I'll put it in my catch-up list so I can be caught up. Shorts on the channel feature a little more of that art and then some outdoor content as well. Small bit of variety here. One of them at 18,000 views though, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. When we look at these, you see some of the art that's made on the channel, and this is what I'm talking about. And then when you dig through the videos, you get bite-sized pieces of this content, let's say. So hopefully everybody will connect with Nez Lover, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And like I said, they've been with us for several years, I believe it is by now. And then, if there's anybody in the house that hasn't been seen or up on the screen yet, then just please say anything at all in the chat. Be active. I'll get you onto the wheel right now. We're going to go for another break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'll play one more clip from our interview series. This is a podcast now, and playlist of videos on the Tuber Chat channel. They go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long in an interview style where I ask the creators for their opinion without adding a lot of my own, knowing that they have been with us and know what we need to hear. They've been friends of ours for years. They've long passed their 10,000 subscribers. We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course. But I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, I went from 0,000 to 4,000 overnight, and the 0 to I think it was 82 was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at 4,000 subscribers aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just
Yeah.
a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and will bring it up, and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
All right, we're just about back, and we're about to look at Fairbrick Studio, but I put a few more names onto the wheel. Wheats Art, Wormstrong Adventures, and Jevin Richardson, along with Lenny the Lawyer Live, are all on the wheel. We're moving a little bit faster now towards the end of the stream than we usually do. Pardon me, and it's interesting to see what happens when you move the days and times around of your stream. We haven't done one at this time on Saturday for a while again. Coming up this week, I think I've got all 3 streams set and ready to go. And those are at different times. I got quite a schedule mix up ahead of me, so we're going to do a couple of late ones on Monday, again on Thursday, and then an early one on Saturday. And then we'll see what happens after that. Anybody can always check our front page. I usually post the streams a couple days in advance as a minimum. Now, oh, did I take Scratch and PPA off? I didn't mean to do that. I sometimes, when we go on those breaks, what I do is I sort the list of people on the wheel, and then when I take a couple of names off, I cut Pete's name off so I can put it back at the top, and I must have forgot to put it back earlier, so forgive me for that, Pete. He put a link in the chat that I asked for that was for an award show. So that channel, Meet and I, they're actually longtime friends here. They've been in occasionally over the last year or so, but they were a little bit heavier in here in the earlier years. They've been with us about 4 years now. They've been doing this Meet and I award show for small YouTubers, if we want to put it that way. They've changed it up a couple of times over the years, but Pete's been nominated almost every year. He's nominated again for an award, and of course, we always want to support each other as much as we can. You'll see other familiar faces in there as well, other channels that you recognize from the Superchat family, but you'll be introduced to a lot of new channels over there as well. Meet and I have been doing this kind of thing for a long time. And then Lenny the Lawyer Live, yeah, thank you. I know you've super chatted here a million times before. You don't have to worry about that for today. There's lots of glitches and things going on in YouTube that are driving all of us nuts, but I just wouldn't worry about it for today. I got Lenny the Lawyer Live on the wheel, and then thank you, Just Jason Keto and more, and then so I've got Scratch and PPA on the wheel as well. So Fairbrick Studio started with Lego stop motion videos, and they continue some Lego today. They play a lot of Lego video games as well. They got me playing this Lego Tower game, which was interesting. A lot of pleasing audio and visuals together as they chase some watch hours. So you'll find some lengthy videos there as well. And some shout outs for other creators, which is great to see. And then shorts on the channel. Some of these have done really well with a couple of mobile games getting into 28,000, 30,000, 69,000 views, which is great to see. And Fairbrick Studio is not only here with us regularly in Tuberchat, but they're out supporting other creators all the time as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We see they've got their channel dressed up for Christmas as well, along with their avatar, which is cool to see. And then Jevin Richardson is coming up. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So Gloria's Platter was the first channel that we looked at today, and she's got a premiere that's coming up for us in about 15 minutes. So we'll go over there and after Tuber Chat and continue to meet more friends. She'll always allow that. She's been a friend of ours for about 4 years as well. So we would love to support her for that premiere. We often raid channels and try to do it frequently. And Gloria's Platter is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Twinbrook Acres, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I'm just going to get your channel right onto the wheel for today. We're ahead here for the end of the stream. Over the course of the stream, I remove a few names from the wheel, just if we haven't seen people for a while. And I know not everybody can be here for the entirety of our streams for 3 hours, but I appreciate every moment, of course. And then this is the best way we can find to get more newer channels onto the screen. Pardon me just for a second here. And when we look at Jevin Richardson, we see plane spotting. This creator is actually going here for the first time. Pardon me, when we look at Jevin Richardson, we see plane spotting. This creator is going to bring us aircraft of all different types. I'm just going to grab their latest video, put that in my catch-up list. I can see I'm behind. Jevin Richardson's actually working on 2,000 subscribers now, which is great to see. And then when we get into their shorts videos, a couple of the video game shorts with the PS4 controllers here have gotten into 18,000, 42,000, which is great to see, and a bit of plane spotting there as well. And Jevin Richardson is somebody who's been a long-time friend and always engages conversation in the chat, for which I'm grateful. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. New Horizons Above and Beyond is back in the chat. And there you go. The wheel's working for us today. Scratch and PPA is coming up now, and we'll see what he's got going on. I mentioned that link that's pinned in the chat where you can vote for Pete and other creators in the Meet and I Awards. It might take a few minutes to go through, so you want to set a bit of time aside. But today, I believe, is the last day that they're accepting nominations, so we want to push Pete as far as we can. And we'll look at his channel now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we look at Scratch and PPA, we see an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching where he pits two tickets against each other and offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. Presentation has always been at the forefront of his mind. You see his bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails, a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series, and his banners updated every single week, if you can imagine that. His video, like I said, his video editing skills have been complemented ever since his very first production about 4 years ago. And Scratch and PPA posts with perfect consistency. So he premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. He usually has his premieres ready to go by Saturday to give it a couple of days to percolate in the system. And he has got one of the fastest rolling chats you're going to find in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, and a few select others. So it's very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. He's one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 7 years on YouTube, and he's here with us literally every time we stream. He's been here over 700 times, closer to 750. Excuse me, by now. Scratch and PPA is working on 2,300 subscribers. He's monetized lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Last year, he took a trip to Italy and brought us back a lot of different vlogging style shorts videos where we got to see the different areas he visited with some Italian lottery tickets as well. And then live streams on the channel where he brought us his very first live stream from that trip to Italy. So I know everybody's going to be excited to know that he's expanded the content on the channel. We'll all be hoping for another live stream in the future and definitely some more of those shorts. I think the vlogging style shorts videos are going to become a lot more popular now with YouTube pushing out 3-minute shorts. The Bud Files is coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And the Bud Files is up on the screen. This is a family of creators that seek to be modern-day archaeologists. The idea is to uncover history and digitally preserve it in video. They do that with a lot of history and a lot of outdoor adventure. And the Bud Files have been with us for many years as well. They're here for just about every single stream. They're out supporting other creators all the time. I see they got a brand new video here. This is what they were doing while the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight was going on. I've got the latest video in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with them. They bring a way back Wednesday series focused on history, but they bring a lot of history throughout a lot of the abandoned locations, touristy destinations, and graveyards and cemeteries that they take us to. Short shorts bring pure variety on this channel. This is where we get to see a little more fun in this family. They get into 5,000 views, even 15,000 on a couple of these, and then live streams. I've caught them for many of these. They could be singing, dancing, playing a game, or they could be taking us out for an adventure as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Bud Files. Sue from this family does a great job of keeping track of so many of their followers. They do shout out videos all the time, and they're constantly trying to encourage us to meet more friends and family members in the same way, a similar way to what we do here. 2,400 subscribers now. We'd love to push them towards the 2,500 they're thinking about. And then let's spin the wheel. Wheat's Art is coming out. This coming up. This is another creator with a couple of channels actually. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at Wheat's Art, we see a creator that's literally featuring art on this channel. They give us a little bit of a hint about this on their original channel. And when we look at the shorts that are here, we see a better idea of what kind of art they're bringing to us here. And then 440 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 500 we know they're thinking about. And then I'll show you their original channel, Wheat and Shaw, where it is a lot of variety and a bit of comedy to go along with that as well. Movie Toon Studio, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So when I look in the background, I see that Movie Toon Studio is brand new. So I don't know if that's a creator that we already know or somebody who's been here before, but they've got a few videos on the channel already. Here in the streams, we never look at channels like, you know, but when they ask in the chat, it's basically based on who's been most actively engaged over our 3-hour streams. But our instructions are always in our video description. We're going to be wrapping things up here in about 5 minutes, and then we'll be back again on Monday evening, very late in the Eastern time zone. I do have Campbell's Creation Learning to Quilt on the wheel, and Wheat and Shaw is where we get to see the storytelling and comedic adventures of the creator we know and love from Wheat's Art. He's working on 700 subscribers over here. The shorts bring pure variety, getting into 3,900, 5,000 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. I've caught them over here a couple of times. Maybe it's been longer ago than I think, a few weeks ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. I got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. When we look at what's happening now, we see Twinbrook Acres is going to be put up on the screen. And then I've been dropping the link a few times for Gloria's Platter. We're going to go over there and raid. She's got a premiere coming up in another few minutes here. Everybody will be welcome to meet more friends and family members the same way we are here while we're over in her live chat. She's been a friend of about 4 years. Michael's Adventures premiere is still going on. And then we've got I think Just Jason Keto and More has a premiere coming up at the same time as well. And when we look at Twinbrook Acres, we see, first of all, a helicopter in the banner. I don't know if I ever noticed that before. I went for my first helicopter ride a couple of years ago. It was exhilarating. Almost 1,100 subscribers on this channel. And they give us a bit of information about what to expect from the Lakes region of New Hampshire. And they've got a bit of history on the About section for the channel as well. A lot of what I look to be homesteading content here. I'm still getting to know their particular brand of content on this channel, but they bring us indoors and outdoors. They got some shorts here now. A couple of these have started to move. One over getting close to 600 views, which is great to see. And then Oh, Lenny the Lawyer Live. Let's have a quick look at what you might have mentioned. Oh, Lenny the Lawyer Live. I don't see a question, except for that super chat thing. But I wouldn't worry about it for today. We're just about done. Your channel's on the wheel already. As a matter of fact, what's been... If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So Lenny the Lawyer Live is a longtime friend who's going to bring us a lot of legal information. As an attorney, he's building a catalog of videos that can be very useful and informative, and some of these have done really well already. When we look at the popular tab, we see some of the Easy Pass stuff especially is doing really, really well. Lenny the Lawyer Live is working on 400 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. I'm just going to grab his latest video, or pardon me, that's a popular video. I'm surprised that's not in my watched list, but it's probably just because I've seen it as one of the first videos this creator had. He continues to bring a catalog here, and he's got a few other channels. I'll show you another one of those right now. Boyer Coffee Enterprises. He's got a couple of other channels. I'll leave it to you to find those, but this is where Lenny the Lawyer Live is bringing a little bit more legal information as well. And I believe everybody's going to have to deal with some kind of legal information in their life, so it's great that we've got a couple of attorneys in the Tuber Chat family now to bring us some of this information. Gloria's Platters Live, premiere is going to start momentarily, and I will leave Tuber Chat running for an extra 3 minutes so that we can clean up our connections here right before we go over there. But like I said, you'll be able to continue meeting friends during her live chat. It's already running, of course. Warmstrong Adventures is Bill. This creator's out on cruises all the time. I forget how many he's done now. It's over 40. Catch-up list for his latest video, or one of them, embarking on Utopia of the Seas. And he brings us to all kinds of different ships. He gives us tours. He takes us to sail away parties, amenities, and meets up with a lot of other creators. I heard him mentioning the other day that he really enjoys solo cruising because of the fact that you get to meet new friends while you're doing that. King Morgan, good to see you here. And then when we look at Warmstrong Adventure shorts on the channel, we see 7,000, 10,000, 11,000, which is really cool to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. He's live frequently whenever he can be on different cruise ships of different types, and he collaborates with other creators. He's on StreamYard panels all the time as well. Warmstrong Adventures has been another long-time, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And next up, we're going to see Campbell's Creation Learning to Quilt. So thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. There's a link pinned at the top of the chat. Please copy that and head over and spend a few minutes voting for our dear friend Pete and a few other creators. That's an award show that happens every year. Small YouTuber Awards with a channel that's been friends of ours for years. We'd love to push Pete as hard as we can, of course, and there's a few other familiar faces over there. And then we'll be over with Gloria's Platter soon, and I'll see everybody over there as well. And then we're back on Monday night. So thanks again, everyone. Thanks to our moderators. And Campbell's Creation Learning to Quilt is a channel I'm still getting to know. They're fairly new in the Tuber Chat family, but we got a few quilting channels and a lot of other fiber arts and fiber crafts as well. We can imagine how much work goes into this, so I'll be looking forward to learning more about their particular brand of quilting over here. They've got a few shorts that have gotten into 1,600, 4,100 views, and some live streams on the channel as well, which is great to see. We get to see them while they're quilting whenever we catch them. Hopefully I'll catch one of these really soon. We got notification bells on for every single channel. And Just Jason Keto and More's got a premiere right now. Michael's Adventures is still running. Gloria's Platters coming up. We're going to go over there and give her a raid. She's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for the last 4 years. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.